Morning once again. Please, are you hearing me loud and clear? Can somebody chat with me if you are hearing me clearly?
We are hearing, there's no loud, sir.
All right. So my name is Mr. Oshumbade, handling FTP 216. So the course title of this FTP 216 is Animal Product Processing and Storage. Yes, it's 2-unit course. Is an alternative approach to practical. Alternative to practical in animal product processing and storage. So in this study section 1, we are going to be introduced to milk sampling, milk handling, how you can process your milk into different products like yogurt, cheese, butter, whey, and other products. Then the way you can preserve it. So we are going to look at the sampling, the handling, the processing, and the preservation. So the learning outcome, at the end of this study section, you are expected to understand the sampling of milk. And you are expected to know the various products in which milk can be processed into. We have a lot of products, so you need to learn how to process your milk into different products. And lastly, you are expected to understand the method of preservation of milk, the way you can preserve your milk so that the shelf life will be extended. Let's look at the sampling of milk, the simple definition of the sampling of milk. By my own definition here is the process of representing a lot of milk in batches for further lab analysis. When you have a lot and you want to represent it, so you sample in a way that it will represent the lot. Then there are so many methods we can use. Basically, we can use manual method and automatic method. These are the common sampling techniques in dairy industry. What are the examples of manual? Example of manual sampling method include hand scooping, diaper, and spigot. Why do we have to go into sampling? Why do we have to do the sampling of the dairy products? So basically, you do the sampling of dairy products because it is very necessary. It ensures quality and safety, basically. So when you go into sampling, to ensure the safety, you ensure the quality. And part of the example of dairy products we have is whey, cheese. We still have yogurt. So let's look at the procedure. In sampling, there are some standard procedure you need to go into, you need to follow. So we have about 12 steps in the sampling procedure. The first procedure is you have to wash your hand with soap. After washing your hand with soap, you dry it with towel. The second step is you have to mark the sampling container. When you mark the container, you'll be able to write the name and address and the permit number. Then the third step, you agitate the milk. The fourth step, the sampling diaper must be clean. That diaper that we use to introduce the milk, you have to ensure that it is very clean, properly, and sanitized in the chlorine solution. Step 5, the diapers have to be very clean properly and sanitized before sampling the milk. And you don't need to remove the diaper from the solution. You just have to keep the diapers in the solution before you now do the sampling. Then step 7, when you open your container, be very careful not to contaminate it. Then you follow the step 8, you drain the sanitizer out of the diapers and rinse it twice in the milk before taking the sample. So step 9, you sample the milk in the tank with the sample container head away from the exposed milk. The container should not be filled more than 3/4. Then after that, you close your sampling container and make sure it is tightly closed to prevent contamination. So you place it immediately into the refrigeration and keep the sample between the 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. After you are sampling the milk, you rinse your diapers again, tap water, and return it to the sanitizing solution. So you have to master these steps, it's very important. Let's look at the composition of milk. Very importantly, milk is composed of the protein, and the name of the protein in milk is casein. Then it's composed of water, minerals. These are the examples of the minerals: potassium, calcium, chlorine, phosphorus, sodium, magnesium, sulfur. Then the vitamins. Milk contain vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, B complex. What are the examples of B complex? We have thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folic acid, biotin. We still have a cobalamin and pantothenic. So those are the vitamins. That's an vitamin B complex that are composed by milk. Let's look at the milk and milk products. I said milk can be converted, can be processed into so many products. Example of the product is yogurt, cheese, whey, butter, and ghee. During the processing of milk into yogurt, that's number one product, yogurt. Yogurt is a fermented product. Agree with me? So when you want to produce yogurt, you sterilize. After the sterilization at 95 degrees for 30 minutes. The essence of sterilization is to kill the pathogens. And after that one, bacterial starter will be introduced into the milk to enhance the fermentation. And the example of the starter is Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Streptococcus thermophilus. So you had one of the two examples of the starter into the milk after the sterilization and incubate it at 30 degrees centigrade for 4 to 6 hours. And we still have cheese. And cheese is a solid that is gotten when the protein fraction in milk is coagulated by enzyme renin. So at this point in time, you introduce enzyme renin to coagulate the milk, the protein part of this milk. So you give it solid content, solid form that's called cheese. We have whey. To make whey, you have to warm your milk to 70 degrees centigrade. Then the protein part of the milk is coagulated. When the protein part of the milk is coagulated, it will leave the whey for you, which is the liquid part of the milk. And after the removal of the fat and casein from milk, the resulting liquid is known as whey. Then we still have butter. We have ghee. Butter is made by separating the fat into milk. So the fat in the milk, they contain more than 80% of fat with small amount of water. Butter have a pale yellow color or cream color and a smooth consistency so that they spread easily and melt in the mouth. They are used as spread. Butter is used as spread. You can use to eat bread, snacks, for cooking, and as a bakery ingredient. You can still use it as a baking ingredient. You can use it for cooking. We have ghee, which is also called clarified butter oil. It can be stored better than butter in the absence of refrigerator because it's in form of oil. It's prepared by preheating fresh filtered milk at 36 to 40 degrees centigrade. So these are the products that can be gotten from milk. So in this study section, you need to master your sampling procedure, step 1 to step 12, very importantly. Then another learning outcome is to understand the products you can get from milk, such as butter, cream, yogurt, ghee, whey, and know how to go about the processing. And lastly is preservation. How will you preserve your milk so that you can't get spoiled on time? so that the shelf life can be extended. We have so many methods we can use to preserve milk. The first one is pasteurization. Pasteurization. The second one is refrigerator, where you can keep it inside your fridge at below 5 degrees centigrade. Then we still have chemical preservation, where we can add some chemicals to preserve. Then we have sterilization. We can differentiate between sterilization and pasteurization.
Pasteurization is the process of warming milk.
Okay. What about sterilization?
Process of placing the milk maybe in a sealed container.
You have not differentiated it very well. If you want to differentiate it very well, you need to consider their temperature and time. Can somebody, as another person, try? Another person who have the idea? The difference between sterilization and pasteurization. Hello. Look, I'm listening.
Sir, the degree of pasteurization is lower, or pasteurization is higher. Their temperature.
Can you be specific?
The temperature of sterilization is higher than that of pasteurization.
Like how high it is? Can you state the temperature?
For sterilization, their temperature is 110 to 120 degrees Celsius for about 20 to 40 minutes, and even their time too is higher. Then for pasteurization, they are 63 degrees Celsius. Their temperature. And in 15 seconds, so you see that their time too is lower, but pasteurization is higher.
Okay. Thank you very much. Unmute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Thank you very much. You can see the difference between pasteurization and sterilization is the temperature applied to both are differs. The temperature of sterilization is higher, above 100 degrees centigrade, precisely about 110, between 20 to 40 minutes. So it will kill all the pathogens in the milk. It will kill every pathogen in the milk because the temperature is above 100 degrees centigrade. While pasteurization, the temperature is not up to 100 degrees centigrade. It's about 70, 71, 63, depending on the time. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So it might not kill all the fiber organism in the milk. It might reduce the fiber organism in the milk to a tolerance level. So that's a major difference. Then we still have another method for milk preservation, which we call ultra high temperature. Ultra high temperature. Then we have a chemical preservation, where we use some chemical to preserve our milk. Then if you have a stable light, you can make use of your refrigerator under stable lights. By the time the milk exposed to low temperature, below 5 degrees, it will keep it safe and the quality will still be remain. Then it will extend the shelf life. Yes. So please, I need some people to, can somebody tell me the scientific name of these vitamins? Scientific name. Let me chat with you. Let me type it. Of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. Okay, I'm listening. Just unmute yourself and talk to me. What is the scientific name of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E? Those are the composition of milk. Then I still want somebody to tell me the protein in milk. What is the name of the protein in milk? I'm listening.
Vitamin A is retinol.
Vitamin A is retinol. Hello? Okay. Continue. Dorcas. Hello, Dorcas. I'm listening. What about vitamin C and vitamin D? Speak.
Vitamin D, calciferol.
Vitamin D.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. What about vitamin E?
Tocopherol.
Vitamin E, tocopherol. Good. Okay, that's good.
Vitamin C, ascorbic acid.
Come again.
Ascorbic acid, vitamin C.
Ascorbic acid. Okay, good. Let's look at some amino acids that are present in milk. We have okay. So at the end of the class today, I want everybody to try and assess your LMS, because there's going to be quiz on LMS and assignments. And it is very important to assess the LMS because it's going to be submitted on LMS and the quiz will be submitted on LMS. As you attempt the quiz will automatically be graded. So that's the only means for now. So it is very important that you register your course on LMS, then you attempt your quiz on LMS.
Sir,
So okay, you want to say something?
like the LMS is not functioning.
One last did you visit LMS?
Last week.
It has
My own,
been-
yes.
What about yesterday?
Good point, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you are not successful yesterday?
We haven't
It
yet
was
seen
successful,
no
sir.
one.
That's what I want to hear. So, listen,
It
listen,
was successful.
yes, listen to me, huh? See, LMS is working perfectly now. Some people visited it yesterday and 2 days ago, and it was successful. It was working perfectly. So you don't tell me that you don't have any excuse, except you have not registered your courses. If you have paid the necessary fee, you'll be able to have access to register your courses. LMS is working very perfectly now. So I want to advise you to do the needful, because immediately after the class, I will upload your quiz. You'll go back to your LMS and access it. Are you with me? Any question? Any observation? And you have 3 days. Well, the question is no more, it's just 10 questions. So you have between today, tomorrow, and Sunday to attempt it. Are you with me? Anything after Sunday, you won't have access to it again. You won't have access to it again. So you only have 3 days to have access to your LMS and do your quiz. It's 20 mark, and it is part of your CA. So we have done with study section 1. We have done with study section 1. We'll call it a day, and the next class will be on study section 2. So thank you for listening, and thank you for your patience. Is there any question? Any question? Any questions? You are raising your hand. Abdurrahim, unmute yourself and talk. Abdurrahim, can you unmute yourself and ask a question? Any other person? Yaya? Any questions? Lisbeth?
No question, sir.
All right. So, Yaya, try and inform others that are not in class about,
Okay, sir.
about the quiz.
Okay, sir.
So in your WhatsApp group, you can try to notify everybody that quiz has been uploaded on LMS and
On their LMS.
on their LMS, that you
All
go
right,
and visit the LMS between today and Sunday.
All right, sir.
It's between today and Sunday, just 3 days to attempt it.
All right, sir.
Very important. All right. Thank you.
It carries 20 mark, right?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
sir.
So let's call it a day. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.